Ever since I've made it to Lightkeeper and started doing his bullshit tasks, I've noticed that there's quite a bit of loot that spawns on the island. I decided that every time I went to visit him, I would do some loot runs to find out just how much money you can make, and the results might just shock you. Now, I know once you guys see the numbers, there will inevitably be people down in the comments yapping about just going to streets, you can make way more money. But the thing about this loot run in particular is how truly risk-free it is. I think after you guys watch this video, it might just motivate you to grind towards Lightkeeper so you can reap the benefits of this insane loot run. So with that being said, let's get right into it. All right, so in the background of this video, I'm just gonna have some gameplay running of me looting the island so you guys can have an idea of what it looks like, and I'll be popping into our spreadsheet going over the numbers throughout. Before that though, it's worth mentioning that there are 3 keys worth buying that'll just help you bring in that extra bit of money, and those keys are gonna be the shared bedroom marked key. This one runs for about 230k. Now, I'll be honest, as far as a marked room goes, this one's pretty trash, but it is definitely not the worst one there is. Sometimes you get some good stuff out of here, sometimes you don't. I personally think it is worth having though, and you will definitely make that money back, no problem. The next one is gonna be the conference room key. This one is actually really good. There's some rare spawns in there. A lot of times I'll find stuff like cyclones, golden eggs, gold loot, rare loot, stuff like that. There is a safe in there, but you can't loot it. It is locked, and I don't think there's a key for it. There's actually quite a few safes on the island just like that. So if you come up to a safe that's locked and you can't loot it, don't worry. There is no key for it. And then the last one is going to be the radar station commandant room key. Now this one is honestly not that great, but there is a PC in there, some weapon parts, stuff like that. Worth having. It's a very cheap key. I didn't go over the price of this one. The conference room key is about 35k, and then the radar station key is about 160. So those are going to be the only 3 keys that you need. Now let's jump into the loot runs. All right, so in total, I've got 6 runs for you guys, and we're obviously going to be starting out with run number 1. I'll have the loot on the screen so you guys can see it, and this one was actually pretty big. In run number 1, all of the items that we got, we sold them for 1,834,343 rubles. Now this one was pretty good, one of the better ones that we had for sure. We got a lot of rare stuff, a lot of high ticket items. We got the sugars, the sledgehammer, whiskey, teapots, all of the rare stuff, all of the common barter items that we can sell on the fleet. And overall, this one was just really good. Now, when I go into these raids, I take a trooper bag with 2 extra rigs in there. Most of the time, I will completely fill everything up, but sometimes, you know, I'll have some slots left over. I will say that sometimes it is pretty hit or miss on the kind of stuff you'll bring out, but all 6 of the runs that I've done, I have made over 1,000,000 rubles, so just keep that in mind. Moving on to run number 2, we sold everything for 1,078,786 rubles. This was probably the lowest one that we had, but we still made over 1,000,000. Only a couple of big ticket items here being the golden stars. I believe we sold those for around 200k a piece. And honestly, as mediocre as this run was, we still cleared over 1,000,000, so I can't really complain there. Moving on to run number 3, we had another very good run. Few big ticket items here. We got the moonshine, a sugar, a mule, bunch of rare items, some good barter items that sell for decent money. Overall, not a bad run. Keep in mind, there is some things in here that we cannot sell, like the 338 AP ammo and the AP 6.39mm. I did not include that into the numbers because obviously I'm just going to keep them to use them, but just thought I'd point that out and let you guys know. One thing I will say is that throughout all of these runs, there might be a couple of items here and there that I picked up on my way to the island, or maybe I killed somebody and they had some loot on them. I tried my best to keep it all separated, but sometimes a couple of things slip through, but that shouldn't change the end result too much. Moving on to run number 4, this was definitely our biggest one. We sold everything for 1,958,029 rubles. Quick disclaimer here, 3 of those VPXs came from Lightkeeper. They were a reward from one of the quests that I did, and for some reason you can only have 3 VPXs on your PMC at a time found in raid, and I did end up finding another one that I could not pick up and take with me. So I did include the cost of those in the 1.9 million because technically they did come from the island, but other than that, we got a couple of good things: the sugar, the mule, bunch of rare items, a bunch of barter items, stuff like that. You know, the typical things that we've been seeing for the most part, but this was definitely our biggest run so far. Moving on to run number 5, again, another big run. I think you guys are starting to see the trend here. Most of these were pulling over 1.5 mil, but again, the biggest item that we got here was the folder of intelligence, and I believe I found that in one of the locked rooms. I cannot remember correctly, but I'm 99% positive it came from one of those rooms. So that right there there makes the keys worth it by themselves. Other than that though, nothing too crazy out of this one, but we did end up selling everything for 1.7 mil. And then finally, moving on to run number 6, the last run that I have for you guys. This one kind of ends in some drama, so stick around. I'll have a clip for you guys towards the end here. But before we get to that, we sold everything for 1,501,089 rubles. Big ticket items here, the 2 golden stars, Asa, bunch of rare stuff, lots of food stuff, nothing super crazy overall, but the 2 golden stars did help a lot. I will say if you guys are looking for certain food items, this is a great place to find them. The amount of food that spawns on this island is absolutely insane. But that's going to be all 6 runs for you guys. As you can see, every single one was over 1 million rubles. And for those of you that don't know, Southern Road is a 100% extract that you can use no matter where you spawn on the map. So all you got to do, leave the island, go down the coastline, leave at Southern Road, and you are good to go. However, I won't say that getting to the extract is a 100% guarantee. And before I show you guys the final number of how much money we made from the 6 runs, I'm going to roll the clip from the end of the 6th run and let you guys see for yourselves. No fucking way you tried that, bro. Absolute fucking dog shit. Oh my god. Look at my health. I had 0 health. What a fucking loser, dude. Level 57 sitting at the extract. So just keep in mind, it's not a 100% guarantee that Southern Road will not have a camper there. That was only my 2nd time ever seeing one there, but just a forewarning, people do sit there. All right, so without further ado, here is the total of everything. I'm sure you guys have probably pulled your calculators out and added it together for yourselves. We sold everything from the 6 runs for a total of 9,908,826 rubles. So all 6 runs, I would say roughly 25 to 30 minutes on average, depending on where you spawn. If you spawn by Southern Road, run to the island, loot up real quick, and run straight back to Southern Road, you could probably do this in like 15 minutes or less. But if you spawn a little bit farther away, just keep in mind that it will take some time. Now, if you spawn up in the mountains on the complete opposite side of the map, I would highly suggest that you just leave past the shoreline and just reset. It's not really worth going across the whole map trying to get there because you are definitely going to run into players along the way. So that's going to do it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully this kind of motivates you to start working your way towards Lightkeeper. I will say being able to go to the island and do these loot runs has been a huge game changer. I mean, it's basically risk-free. The only risk that you're taking is getting to the island and extracting. But honestly, I can say that it has been super nice and super peaceful to be on this island looting with absolutely no worry in the world of somebody just running up on me or crabbing on me or anything like that. It has just been super nice. Keep in mind though, sometimes you will see other players on this island, but they should not be a threat to you at all. If you kill other players on the island, you get some sort of negative quest line from Lightkeeper. I'm not really sure what that is. I haven't looked into it because I don't plan on killing anybody, but I do know the consequences for killing another player on the island are pretty high, and it is not something that you want to do. So if you do end up seeing somebody there, just talk to them. If they don't know about it, explain it to them. You should be good to go. But anyways, that's going to do it for this video. Let me know if you guys have made it to Lightkeeper and if you've been doing money runs on his island. I'd love to know. I've only seen one other guy on the island and we just kind of looked at each other and wiggled and that was it. But if you have been doing these money runs, let me know what's the best run you've had and what kind of items you've gotten from it. If you made it to the end of the video, I would really appreciate it if you guys went down to the first link in the description, head over to my Twitch channel, drop a follow. We're live pretty much every day around 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you guys could do that for me, that would be awesome. But other than that, I'll see you guys in the next video.